Welcome, welcome. Listen, first and foremost, my name is Dr. Roz, and I am a senior energy advisor here at Think Plus. I want to thank you first and foremost for taking the time to take a look. Somebody loved you enough, cared enough about you, and you want to thank them already, even though you don't know what you're looking at, but you want to thank them because they shared some information with you. We're putting a puzzle together here in 2026 here. And the reason we're doing it is very simple because everybody uses electricity. I mean, just think about it. Who do you know? Yeah, right? It's everybody. But how many of them would rather pay less than what they're paying? Well, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that that same answer is everybody. And we're living in a different time period right now. We're not in the Stone Ages. We're not even in the 1900s. This is 2026, and the world has changed, and prices are rising in our electricity. Go back in your file cabinet, pull it out, look at some old bills, and compare them to what you're doing now. Guess what? They're higher. I know it. We're all stressed out about it. We're all looking and trying to find solutions and wondering why we're on vacation and we come back and we're paying the same amount as if we still were at home. But there's some factors that involve that because there's a revolution. It's called AI. And people tell me all the time, I don't use AI. Yes, you do. You're talking to Siri, you're talking to Alexa, you're using your GPS, you've got an electric vehicle in your car, you even got a washing machine and a refrigerator that talk back to you. So there are forces that are hitting the electricity, the energy industry, and they don't add up to a problem for us. They really open up an opening if we grab hold of it. Yes, prices are rising. There's a reliability that's completely declining in every state all across the United States, and that causes frustration. So we've got to understand what is happening. Sometimes we're oblivious of it because nobody has told us that AI runs on electricity. I'm a proponent of it. I use it on a daily basis. I'm asking chat questions, all these things that we use daily, but we don't recognize that they're using electricity. And it's happening all across the country. No one is exempt, no matter what state you're in. Data centers are being built or have already been built. I mean, Virginia, Texas, and California lead in the number of data centers. So it's okay. But what's not okay is to not understand that the power grid was already developed and created and built for a different era. It wasn't created for where we're living right now. So now there's a stress, already was a stress, and it's causing the prices to rise, and it's causing us as homeowners and renters and apartment owners and townhome owners and mobile homes, everybody, business owners, to be the recipient of the rising prices because it's the same grid. Look at this. What's the common denominator? You've got a home that uses electricity from the power grid. You've got a business that uses electricity from the power grid. Now, it was already doing that, and we were already dealing with rates going up at certain seasons of our life, winter, summer. And now add to that equation the data centers. Where are they getting their electricity from? The power grid. Unless they create their own power source, which is what some of them are having to do because it's putting an additional strain and stress, causing the rates to go up and causing us to experience more outages. So in every major shift, and that's where we are, guys, we're in the middle of a shift, that it creates two groups of people, people that watch it happen and people that position themselves ahead of it happening before it happens. Thereby, I say to you, meet Think Plus. That's who we are. We're in the position above it. We're operating with integrity, transparency, excellence, humility, grit, teamwork, and we're making an impact. Now, the beauty of this is that we're an established company with a real track record because we were founded in 2023 to put people at the center of the energy transition through smart technology and the power of entrepreneurship if you choose to do so. We're already ranked in the 15 fastest growing companies right there in 2025. That happened. We're giving back to the community through one of our programs, already donated $101,000 plus. We've got over 21,000 advisors since we started. And we're serving currently 16 markets. We're not all over the country yet, but we're spreading rapidly. and we have 124,000 plus customers that are already enrolled. We're the only company that has a suite of products, a suite of services, should I say, because I've dealt with product companies, and this is not products. These are services: autosave, electricity rate plans, smart thermostat program, a home battery program, and community solar. So let's dibble into each one of these, starting with community solar. Now, community solar, which most people that are in the states where they are don't recognize, it's a state-sponsored clean energy program delivering up to 20 years of savings for residential and small commercial customers. It's all about a solar farm, not the panels on your roof. A solar farm. You may have seen it. You may have driven down the highway and you see all this stuff laying on the ground and didn't know what it was. It was a community solar farm. Not the rooftop. That's not what I'm talking about, because there's not a week that I don't get a call with somebody offering me to come by and give me a quote on my solar on rooftop on my panels, the rooftop panels on my roof. So everybody doesn't qualify. You got to pay for the panels or put them on a long payment plan. And then sometimes your roof is not structurally sound, so you've got to get a new roof done, and they'll include that in the quote. And it may be the wrong shape. You might have too many trees. You might not even be a homeowner. If you're leasing or renting or living in an apartment, you don't qualify for rooftop solar, because it's all about the panels that are like that we talk about. Community solar, the same sun that hits it on the roof hits it on the ground, sends that power to the grid sends it to your home, and guess what you get? A credit on your bill. That's it. You don't have to change who you do service with. You get the credit. It's like having a discount, like going to the grocery store with discount coupons, and you go through the line and you give it to the register, and what does she do? Take it off your bill. Same way. It lowers your electricity bill for up to 20 years. There are no installs, no maintenance, no hassle. It supports local clean energy. There are no early termination fees, and it's perfect even for the customers who rent. Whether you're living in a town home, apartment, it doesn't matter, mobile home, if you're renting or leasing the house, you don't own it. Either way, you qualify for community solar as long as you're in a state where we have it. Here's an example bill. Look at this. This person saved $64.64 on their bill. Guys, savings is savings. Here's a church. They only met on the first and third or the second and fourth, small church. Didn't use that much kilowatts, 118. That's not much at all. But they still got a savings of $11.21. Now, if that doesn't mean anything to you, I'm going to give you my address and let you send me that times 12. And here's my favorite one. This is in the state of Illinois, where they had 2 panels that they were assigned to in the farm, and they got 2 credits. And as a result of that, they even had excess credits to go to the next month and paid $0 on this bill. And then you notice they're still with the same ComEd, but now they've got credits on their bill. So why aren't you on a solar farm? Probably because you didn't know you could be. Depending on the state you're in, you get 5 to 35%, and your guaranteed savings, I must say it again, for up to 20 years, rooftop not required, free to enroll. Cancel anytime, renters do qualify. Where are we now? Colorado, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, Virginia, and DC. And it's first come, first served to get on these farms. So some of the farms fill up quickly, but then they open up and they develop another farm. They cannot connect you to the community solar until the farm fills up. So come on, let's go. And then they definitely service low to moderate income homes. Now let's talk about Texas. I live in Texas. It's the largest energy market in the United States. And 1/7 of America's electricity is in the state of Texas. We do things big, yeah, but we also got big bills. So therefore, here at Think Plus, we've got several plans available to them. Clean Energy 12 and 24, a 12-month or 24-month with really good rates. But what I love about it, other than we're getting clean energy and budget friendly, and we do give you a $100 cash gift card if you pay your bill on time for 6 months. I know it works. I did get it. Yep, and I did spend it. But the thing I love most is that in Texas, well, I don't love the contracts. We do have contracts here in Texas. We lock you into contracts there. People lock you into 5-year contract. Don't do that. Don't do that for anybody getting you into an electricity. Don't do it. Not unless you're going to be able to get some real benefits from it. But here at Think Energy, if you're in a contract with us 12 or 24 months, you can switch. A lower rate comes on a particular month, and you can pick up phone and say, I want the lower rate, and only pay $29.95. How cool is that? And then we have a thermostat integration I'll talk about in a minute that even gives you better efficiency in your home. It's not just about getting cool or hot, but it gives you more efficiency, and I'll explain it in detail, but we give you $10 monthly credits on your bill every single month. That's $120 extra in your pocket. I mean, look at the bill. I mean, folks, listen, our bills in Texas, you got to read the bills. I teach people how to read their bill, because here's a lady who had a bill and they told her nighttime was free. Well, I'm going to tell you, nighttime was not the right time, because they did not tell her that nighttime usage is when electricity is at its lowest rate. So they gave her the credit, yep, but then they also charged her 26.7 kilowatts in the daytime. That's highway robbery. I'm just going to tell you the truth. That's highway robbery, because guess what happens in the daytime? Your air conditioner, your computer, your microwave, your medical equipment, it's all running in the daytime when you're being charged that extravagant rate. So the real question isn't, are nights free? What am I paying the other 16 hours? Some companies talk about, well, we're going to give you free rates at 9 to 3. Okay, excuse me, when are you at work? 9 to 3. Okay, just saying. So you got to understand that bill, understand it. But we were able to save this single mother of 2 children living in an apartment $188.34 just with the smart thermostat program. And even if she didn't have a smart thermostat, a Honeywell, an Ecobee, or Resideo, those are the 3 ones that we service, we still would have saved her $172.18. So it's value. The thermostat integration powers efficiency. So let me explain how that works. See, you don't recognize this, and I didn't know it, that electricity prices change every 5 minutes. And then there are things called peak spikes. Peak spikes. What is a peak spike? Everybody's running the air conditioner at the same time, right? It's putting a strain on the grid. So all of a sudden, high electricity demand takes place, and all of a sudden our rate goes up, and we didn't even know it until we look at our bill, but that's called a peak demand window. Especially on the hot afternoons, and we got heat, you've got winters that are cold, whatever it is, we're in your state, you've got something. So the thermostat isn't fighting temperature, it's avoiding the most expensive moments. How is it avoiding it? The same way you avoid traffic when you decide you're not going to go and leave work right now. I'm going to hang out and just wait till the traffic dies down, or I'm going to happy hour. You know, I think that's how happy hour was created. But you make sure that you're not in the traffic. Well, the thermostat makes tiny adjustments before or during those high demand windows. So your home will use less electricity during the most expensive moments. Does that make sense? So it works the same way. So the goal is to help your home avoid using heavy electricity during the most expensive moments on the grid. It's the same way. I mean, we do it all the time. We look at our GPS, we find out which direction we're going, and all of a sudden we see it turn yellow and it turns red, and we say, uh-oh, traffic ahead. I'm not going to get in that traffic, and we take the first exit. That's what the technology does. It sees the grid stress ahead of time, building, and responds before the highest demand moments happen, and thereby you receive the savings because you weren't in the midst of that peak. That's why you can be away from home and have your electricity on a certain temperature, and you think you're doing good, but guess what? Those peaks still happen while you're away from home. The next service is AutoSave. I love AutoSave. It's in 6 of our states, DC, Delaware, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. But you never pay more than the utility. Now, I know you've been burnt. Yeah, I know people have come and promoted certain things and gave you a promotion, and all of a sudden the promotion was over and your rates went through the roof. But here's what we guarantee with AutoSave. You hear that word? You're guaranteed savings when your suppliers would Think Energy. You're guaranteed. See, we've never been able to use the word guaranteed before now. You're guaranteed to never pay more than the utility. And there are no renewals. You sign up once, you set it, and you forget it. You cancel anytime if you think it doesn't work. I don't know why you want to cancel, because it's going to work and cause you to never pay more than who you're with right now. We're not asking you to leave because we've got a relationship with that particular company. It's available, again, in Illinois, Ohio, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and DC. You've got to get on autosave, because when your utility is higher, Think Energy is lower, then you're with Think Energy. But if your utility is lower and Think Energy is higher, you're back with the utility. And you get an email that lets you know that we're doing the right thing for you. It's like that commercial on Trivago. Have you seen that? The man's in the pool with the two fellas, and he's talking about how much he paid for his hotel. And they look at each other and they laugh and they chuckle and say, "You didn't check Trivago." Well, you didn't check autosave, because you'll get an email that says, "Great news, autosave found you a lower rate with Think Energy, and we've initiated the enrollment. Now you're with us for that particular month, maybe 2 months, depending on your usage." But if your incumbent, if your utility company, the current one that you're with, has the better rate, guess what? You'll get another email saying, "Autosave is doing the job. We've checked, and your rates are right now with the utility is offering a lower price than Think Energy, and we'll put you right back with them." You're guaranteed to get the lower of the two. Last and foremost, I'm most excited about our new home battery program that we've only launched in 2 states currently, Illinois and Texas. So check this out.
The lights flicker. The fridge goes quiet. The kids' nightlight blinks out. And for a second, your whole house holds its breath. Then, nothing. Just the hum of a neighborhood that's gone dark. If you've been there, you know it isn't just an inconvenience. It's the food in the fridge, the work on your laptop, the kid who can't sleep without the fan. And it's not getting better.
Excessive heat means more strain on power grids.
There are thousands of people that are without power.
The grid we all depend on was built for a different era. Long before AI data centers, electric vehicles, and millions of connected devices began competing for power. But what if your home just didn't notice? At Energy Well, we believe your home should keep running, no matter what's happening on the grid. Energy Well installs a professional-grade home battery system at your home, with no upfront cost and no installation fee. When the grid goes down, your home switches to battery power automatically. Most people don't even notice it happened. Powerful enough to keep your whole home running. The AC, the garage door, the fridge. And here's what makes Energy Well different. Your battery becomes part of a virtual power plant. Thousands of homes working together to help balance the grid. We manage everything automatically, behind the scenes. That coordination allows us to offer something most energy providers can't. While everyone else is feeling the impact of rising energy costs, you'll have more affordable power you can count on. You only pay for the electricity you actually use. The work your battery does for the grid, that's on us. No generators, no gas cans, no scrambling in the dark. Just your home, still on. The outages aren't going away on their own, but you don't have to wait for the grid to catch up. Energy Well, energy connected.
Absolutely amazing. Oh my God, we're excited about the collaborative relationship that we have with EcoFlow. EcoFlow Ocean Pro batteries, guys, this is a $15,000 to $30,000 battery. You can get up to 4 batteries in the states that we're in. It's a trusted brand with more than 3 million batteries. They're not a fly-by-night. They're not just happening to get here overnight. They've got over 5 million global users dealing with over 140 plus countries, got over 1,200 patented technologies. And here's what's most important. Their UL certification, the highest in safety. Yeah, you can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, and Ariat, Costco, and Sam's Club, and Amazon and get the batteries. But with our program, you want to know what we can do for you, because they were already listed as best inventions in 2025 with Time Magazine. So it's a simple, compelling customer value. Now, let me specify how it works in each state. In the state of Illinois, it's a 15-year guaranteed savings versus the price to compare. you're going to get 25% below ComEd from 5 a.m. to 10:59 p.m. And then in nighttime, you're going to get 28% below the rate of ComEd. And the initial electricity discounts are locked in for 2 years at a time, protected by that low guarantee. You're going to get automatic backup power. When it switches, you don't even know it. There's no clicking. There's no having to go readjust your thermostat or your clocks or your internet. No, it doesn't happen. You don't even know it. It's in nanoseconds. And you're going to enjoy the peace of mind during the blackouts. Everybody else's lights are off except yours. And it's no cost to install. So now you got to own your home, single family, at least a 600 credit score, at least have 8,000 kilowatts per usage for the whole year, no current solar system, so you can't have rooftop solar panels on the roof currently in our phase 1 of this program, and you cannot have an existing whole home battery program or a generator. Now, in Texas, it's a simple, compelling customer value proposition as well. But in Texas, we're going to match or beat the most comparable rate at renewal. The renewal is every 5 years. We're going to give you a fixed rate of 7.8 cents with a $19 base charge monthly. And you're going to get a 60-month initial term. Now, again, same thing, automatic backup power. You can get up to 4 batteries. We're talking about $50,000 to $30,000 of value at no cost to you and no cost to install. And we've got a serious Texas territory, but you do have to own your home, single family dwelling, at least a 650 credit score. Your usage has to be 15,000 kilowatts per year or more. Again, you cannot already have panels on the roof, no existing whole home battery backup or generator like a Generac. We're not working with those in our phase 1, and then we have to be on auto pay. So it's absolutely amazing. So amazing, you've got to hear this testimony.
I'm Catrice Johnson. I live in South Lake, Texas. I've been here for 32 years. I have the Ocean Pro EcoFlow system from Energy Well on my home. I'm a caregiver, 24/7. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of love. It takes a lot, and it can take a toll on you if you really don't take care of yourself. Oh gosh, in 2021 when we lost power because our grid failed, it was approximately 4 days we were out of electricity. I really didn't know about batteries back then. We were just in survival mode. How do we do this? How do we get through this? I got this call from a friend in California who had shared with me, I want you to take a look at something. But what I did do on that call, I did learn how to read my bill. I learned what to look for, and I said, I have an $892 bill. So I decided at that point, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch. Everything was taken care of by Energy Well, and I really didn't have to do much of anything. We have a pool that's running. We have 2 air conditioning units that's running 24/7. We have up lights on our house. The house is approximately 3,300 square feet. And it's amazing what these units are doing to help us reduce our energy cost. We've been running all of this, and I haven't seen a bill like what I'm receiving right now in years. So what the company does is they purchase energy in the late hours of the night when nobody's using energy. We use that energy during the peak hours, and what's not used, the company can sell back to the grid at the higher price. The excess money that I was spending before, I'm not spending now. So I can save that money and do some renovations on this house that I've always wanted to do. I see my goals happening. I see them happening already.
What an amazing testimony. Did you get that? The battery is storing electricity for later use. It's reducing your reliance on the grid that's not helping us, not supporting us. It's powering your home during the peak demands that I talked about, and it's putting you in a place of energy independence. So without any smart energy technology, we're already vulnerable to outages. You are having them. We got higher bills. There's no backup. And we're just in action mode and stress, okay? But when you understand what's available to you now, in the future and now, you get backup, smarter usage, more control, possible savings, and you're ready for the future. And all of these things, remember I said it, whether you're in a state with autosave, a state with community solar, a state with the battery program, at no cost. So I want to be prepared. What about you? When the grid goes down, are you going to be the one who stays on? So what I want you to do is get back with the person that invited you to take a look at this, because whatever state you're in, you want to know what's available to you and how you can start getting the savings.